Just got this in. So this is the FuriBee Stormer 220. It's another 200 size class FPV racing drone from the FuriBee builders over at GearBest. Okay, so for the motors, we've got 2,200 kV motors, which is an interesting choice because that's actually going to be a little slower based on the weight and the size of this type of model. It's going to be a little slower than some of the other FPV racing drones that I've flown from FuriBee, such as the FuriBee DarkMax or even the FuriBee X140. The frame is actually kind of interesting. It looks thick. The carbon fiber looks to be pretty thick. There's not a lot of space in between these holes, so that might be something to watch out for. Definitely could be a weak point in the frame, but the frame does feel solid. It feels solid. So this is interesting. They have a top plate here that's on an angle, which is really kind of cool because it gives you a lot of option when it comes to angling the camera. The fact that the whole thing is on an angle here, and on top of that, it also means you don't need to worry about getting an angled GoPro mount. See, this is actually my GoPro Hero 5 Session, and I could just put it here on this inclined top here. So that's actually a pretty cool thing. Now it comes with a Pagoda antenna. This was the plug-and-play version, so I installed my own FreeSky XM Plus receiver right into the unit. I have it plugged in there, and this is an all-in-one Omnibus F4. So you got your video transmitter, you've got your everything. It's all in one. It's an all-in-one unit F4 board. We also have the 4-in-1 ESC, and this is the buzzer on the back. And a little LED strip, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So we're gonna do a line of sight flight first, and we're not gonna use the camera for the first flight. We're gonna use my GoPro after that because we want to see how this flies. I think you're gonna have to retune it if you want to use a GoPro camera. And by the way, this orange run cam, it's actually a run cam case, does come with the Stormer. You do get all this, the props, you get this case, the antenna, you get all that when you get the Stormer. You're going to want to watch your balance connector here, especially because of how this is set up. I'm going to go ahead and just put that in here, and that should be good enough to keep it out of harm's way. Alright, so it's looking pretty good. That's the Stormer. It's pretty. It looks cool. Alright, let's just go ahead and do the punch out. So yeah, that was fast, but it's definitely not as fast as some of the other FuriBee racers I've flown. Otherwise though, I mean, it sounds good, the motors are clean, I mean...
2 minutes.
Alright. So let's go ahead and land this thing now, and we're gonna do some FPV because that's what you bought this for. You bought it to do FPV. Alright, before we get ready to fly this FPV here, you're gonna wanna know how to configure it. Now, I've already pre-configured this to be on the channel and the band that I want it, as well as the output power. The instructions for that are here. I found them on the internet. For this board, you're not gonna find them in the box because this didn't come with any instructions regarding that in the box. So if you want to be able to change it so you can receive that signal on your goggles and also get the highest output power, these are the instructions. This is how to do it. I'm already all set though. I'm ready to go. So let's just get this thing in the air and do some FPV already. All right, taking the Stormer gently out of the gate. Alright, you can see actually there's really not that many vibes in this thing. Pretty clean. So we're just hugging the ground here. Very maneuverable. These are the stock PIDs, by the way. But I can feel that it's heavy. Like you see, I almost sort of crashed there because I can just feel the heaviness. It's not what I'm used to on a model like this. Ooh, you see how close that came? See, I'm so used to the controls of these things being a little more responsive. But with the Stormer, for someone who flies extra aggressively like me, I can definitely feel the power not being as much. And the motors aren't very power hungry either. Doesn't seem like. So yeah, this is a pretty smooth flight. I'm noticing a little break up in the video transmitter here and there. I'm not really sure what to think about that. Maybe the pagoda antenna that they have on here isn't the best one in the world.
1 minute.
But yeah, I'm definitely not used to flying like this. Still very enjoyable though. It's smooth. I mean, I'm happy that there's no jello. There's no like lines in the video feed in terms of like noise, horizontal lines. It's a clean camera. There's a lot of positives about this. Alright, so we're at 14.4 volts. I'm gonna land this. We're coming in at 3 minutes. I got a solid 3 minute flight out of that, pretty much. I'm gonna call it that.
Timer 1 elapsed.
We're gonna try putting the GoPro on here now for the next flight. Boom. All right, let's get back in the air and take some cool video with this thing. So that was about what I expected. The Stormer lasted just around 2 minutes with the GoPro Hero 5 session attached. Remember, we got 3 minutes, around 3 minutes of flight time without the GoPro session on there. So you add a camera, you're gonna lose about a minute of flight time, just to be expected with a craft like this. The Stormer is not slow by any means. I do wanna make that clear. It's not slow. The thing is still fast. You could see me zipping around out here. It's fast. But it's just not as fast as some of FuriBee's other models. That's all I'm trying to say. If you can pick this up for the right price, it could be a great deal for a beginner drone. And the whole thing is actually quite solid. I think the frame would do decently well in a crash. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review, and let me know if you guys have any questions here about the FuriBee Stormer. And as always, have a great day, guys.